Hail comic book fans, today we are talking about Radiant Black issue 1. Now, this is a series I've been wanting to get to for a while now, but I'm very far in the series as of reading it, but I'm finally able to put on the channel. And Radiant Black, to me, in my opinion, is one of the modern big three when it comes to comic book characters, and you can see that in how it's written within this first story. It's so relatable, especially to book writers or to people that are just trying to make it in the world, because this guy, our main character, he is trying to get a loan, and we've nearly all been through this conversation, right, with not being able to get any help, and the guy is like an Uber driver on top of it, right? He's trying to make ends meet, and he's an inspiring book writer, and that's something that he's been struggling with. Now, as somebody that is also an inspiring comic book writer, I can completely relate to this, right? And it's just those simple things in the story, right? It's not overdoing it, it's not big flashes or anything here and there. It's like a classic comic book origin story being written from way back in the day, right? He's like the modern Spider-Man Peter Parker, right? Without actually being anything like Peter Parker, he's the modern day Peter Parker. And I say that and just because Peter Parker was like a guy in the school, he was like that scrawny guy. He was just like what they would call loser, the nerd. Well, this is a guy in this story that tried to make it in the world, and it just didn't work, and he had to end up having to move back with his parents. Again, another thing that I feel like a lot of people can relate to. In the origin story, it's such a fluid thing. It's such a natural character, especially him and his friend. It's such a natural thing. You have book writers that are amazing, right? And they have book writers that can write dialogue that's so fluid, and so I feel like I can have this conversation right now with somebody, you know what I mean? And the thing, when he finally becomes Radiant Black, it's a black hole in nowhere. It's like a cosmic black hole. Now, realistically, somebody would probably touch it, right? In today's day and world, somebody would probably be dumb enough to go and touch it, and that's exactly what happens here. Luckily for him, he doesn't die. He gets this cosmic suit, right? That's the only way that can be explained. He gets these suit and this power, and his friend is witnessing this. And I also like the friend in this story because he's the type of friend that will give you crap but also be there by your side. And we witnessed that in this story because earlier in the story, when he was telling him about his issues, he was there, he gave some crap. And especially here, because now his friend's going through something that, is uncanny, and he still has his back, and he's still by his side, even with all this craziness that it just occurred. And he's a friend I feel like everybody needs, right? He's the type of friend that everybody needs. He will give you crap, but he's also there by your side. He also has your back. And as this story comes to a close, he just everything just unfolds on the inside for our main character, Radiant Black, because he comes clean to his friend about what's actually happening. And this is something that, as a reader, we reading this, or as a book writer, this is something that you can relate to on a different level compared to other people. And as we see, the red Radiant has appeared in this story and will be in issue 2. Well, that's all I have for this video. I love Radiant Black. I can't wait to talk about him more. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe for more.